Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. So we're starting a little bit late today because I think there was some Mela going on or something. It's Swadeshi Mela. So it took some time for people to come. But as he says, the best things come late in life. Yes. Today we have the great honor and a great pleasure to have His Grace. His Grace Dasavatar Prabhu with us. Dasavatar Prabhu is a very long time devotee in the movement. He has been serving Srila Prabhupada movement for many, many years, almost 2 decades, more than 2 decades. And one of his very significant services was being the personal secretary of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj for 12 years. And as you will get to learn over time, that's not an easy task because Maharaj used to travel non-stop. He would sleep only a few hours a day. And the assistant, the secretary had to keep up with that schedule. So many devotees would try to serve, and after a few months, they would run away or they would fall asleep or whatnot. But Prabhu kept on going very steadily, very steadily. And as a result of that contact with Guru Maharaj, with his close association, he became very well trained by him and started to imbibe the qualities of the spiritual master, tried to learn from him so many things. And today he's very very sought after. Actually, whenever he gives a lecture in India, so many devotees attend. All over the world, people want to hear his talks and his classes because it's very very sincere, very from the heart. And until the final day, he was serving Guru Maharaj with such unalloyed devotion. Very well loved, and you'll see, and we've experienced, I had the good fortune of having some of his association. He's very pure in his heart and character. So personally, I'm very inspired by him. I try to see his example and learn by that. And so we have the very good fortune of having him today. Let's invite him. Let's welcome him with 3 very loud Hari Bols. With us also today is His Grace Param Karuna Prabhu. In the USA, he was serving Guru Maharaj so many years, and whenever Guru Maharaj came, he's also very dear to his spiritual master in the movement. His Holiness Gopal Swami Maharaj also mentions him regularly in his classes because he's very deeply attached to distributing Srila Prabhupada books. And Guru Maharaj used to say that he goes alone in a van all across the United States. Once in a while, he's very fortunate to have a partner who will introduce him home. Someone to go along with him, but if he doesn't have, he goes out alone and distributes stacks and stacks and stacks of books. So, he's yet another luminary in our movement, and he's here because Dasavatar is here. They're all good friends. And Prabhu, remind me again.
Jai Gauranga.
Jai Gauranga Prabhu. He's from Brazil. See, Krishna consciousness is international. And he's here joining Param Karuna Prabhu, distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. These souls are, sages in their path of life, and they come in Brazil and Chicago and India to come and help us, inspire us in our spiritual journey. So we welcome them all. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare
And Gopal is very kind and affectionate to me. It's like I want to say that he's senior to me in Guru Maharaj service. Many things I learned from him, but he's very humble. He's so my first point is I'm not very good in English, but I'll try myself. Uh, Most of all of you can understand English or in Hindi also. I think one couple is there. But I'll try my best to speak in English, but sometime I can talk in Hindi also. Uh, so Gopal Guru was mentioning that he is running a Bhakti Vishwa group here. So all of you are, you all are fortunate souls uh, connected with Srila Prabhupada movement. So today I was thinking, what should I speak? So I choose a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 3rd and 21st verse. So we'll start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते मुक्तं श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण. So I'll this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 3rd, verse number 21st. So, because I think we have that short time, because so I'll just recite this verse once. Tasmat guru prapadyet jigyasum shreya uttamam shabde pareja nishnatam brahmanya pashamashrayam. Translation. Therefore, any person who seriously desires real happiness must seek a bona fide spiritual master and take shelter of him by initiation. The qualification of the bona fide guru is that he has realized the conclusion of the scriptures by deliberation and is able to convince others of this conclusion. Such great personalities who have taken shelter of Supreme Godhead, leaving aside all material consideration, should be understood to be the bona fide spiritual master. This is the translation. The purport is very vague. So we'll read all this also. Purport. According to Sridhar Swami, the word Shabde refers to the Vedic literature, and Para refers to the Supreme Personality of God. The bona fide spiritual master must be Nishnatam, deeply experienced in authorized Vedic literature and in practical understanding of the Supreme Personality of God. Without scripture knowledge and practical realization of the personality of Godhead, a so-called guru will be unable to dissipate the doubt of his disciples, and therefore unable to execute the function of bringing the sincere student back home, back to Godhead. The symptom of realized understanding of the Vedas and Krishna is upasamarashya. In other words, the bona fide spiritual master is one who has retired from the glittering illusion of materialistic society, friendship, and love. Within the material world, one is certainly attracted to become a great intellectual, a powerful politician, the loving father of many beautiful and affectionate little children, a most honored welfare worker, or a highly admired and successful businessman. But none of these material positions have a permanent basis, nor do they afford permanent happiness, because they are all based on the primary misunderstanding by which one identifies himself with the material world. Anyone can readily experience that he is not the body but consciousness. Even if one loses a limb of his body, he does not cease to exist as a conscious entity. Ultimately, the entire body is lost at the time of death, and the living entity acquire a new body. The preliminary understanding of one's identity as consciousness is called self-realization. But beyond this elementary knowledge is the elaborate subject matter of how the soul came to exist within the cycle of 84 lakhs material species of life. And if the living entity is not the material body but consciousness, he must ultimately have an original status on a higher platform. Punishment next. Punishment implies rewards also. A powerful man who can punish is also able to reward. Therefore, the existence of punishment for the living being who is forced to take a miserable material body subject to birth, old age, disease, and death also logically implies the existence of a reward for him. Although we mistakenly materially happiness is actually another type of punishment, since it entices one to continue rotating in a cycle of birth and death. In the Western countries, violent prisoners are placed in solitary confinement, whereas the well behaved prisoners are sometimes allowed to work in the warden garden or library as a reward. But any position in prison is ultimately a punishment. Similarly, the existence of higher and lower category of material sense gratification does not explain the living entity's ultimate reward, which must constitute the natural entities of the punishment of material existence that actually rewards in an eternal life of bliss and knowledge in the kingdom of God, where there is no punishment. The kingdom of God is Vaikuntha, or unconditional pleasure. There is no punishment in the spiritual world. It is a place of ever increasing pleasure. It's a very long purport, still I am reading. A bona fide spiritual master is one who is expert in all of these subject matter, not by his personal imagination or speculation, but by mature understanding of the authorized Vedic literature, which are literally manifestation of the causeless mercy of the God. The Lord said in Bhagavad Gita, those who are not faithful on the path of devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of course, but return to birth and death in this material world. Therefore, The spiritual master must awaken the disciple to the eternal existence of devotional service. The example may be given that in the early morning, a mother may enter her child room to wake him up so that he can attend school. The child does not want to get up, but the loving mother forced him to get up and sends him off to school to be educated. Similarly, the bona fide spiritual master awakens the sleeping soul and sends him to the Gurukul or the ashram of the spiritual master, where he can train in perfect knowledge. If the disciple has doubts about the value of Krishna consciousness, the bona fide spiritual master must dissipate those doubts by superior knowledge. One who himself doubts the authority of Krishna or Vedic knowledge cannot become a bona fide spiritual master. On the other hand, any human being from any social or economic status can become a bona fide spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, instruct everyone to follow the order of Lord Sri Krishna as they are given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in the land. Only by the order and authority of the Supreme Lord one can become a spiritual master, nor by one's own so-called erudition. Next, the duty of the bona fide guru is to connect the disciple to Krishna. A scholar or meditator has no potency to connect another living being with Krishna. If that scholar or meditator himself is not connected with Krishna. Although many sports fans attend gymnastic competitions and applaud the exhibition of different calisthenic feats, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not such a gymnastic spectator, and he does not applaud the calisthenics exhibits by foolish person in the name of yoga. Nor is the Supreme Personality of Godhead impressed by mediocre attempt at philosophical speculation. Since the Lord has already given his own opinion in Bhagavad Gita, the word of Krishna is Param Vacha, the last word in knowledge. And Krishna says, when you know this knowledge, there shall remain nothing further to be known. Krishna has also referred to his knowledge as Raj Vidya, the king of all knowledge. If one does not become a lover of Krishna, his connection with Krishna takes place indirectly through the illusionary potency of the Lord. The idea that one can attract the Supreme Lord through mere gymnastic or foolish speculation on the absolute truth is certainly a product of Maya. One who is connected to Krishna through his external illusionary potency can serve only as a material master to connect his so-called disciples to the same illusionary energy. On the other hand, in Bhagavad Gita, it is said, those who are actually great souls have surrendered to the internal potency of the Lord and can similarly connect others to the internal pleasure given potency. A Mahatma is described in Bhagavad Gita as follows. He knows me to be the cause of all causes, and all that is such a great soul is very rare. It is to such a spiritual master who has reached the mature understanding that Vasudev is everything that one must surrender. According to Sri Narad Muni, such a great soul is to be considered the external manifestation of Krishna himself. Krishna states that one should know the Acharya to be myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is representative of all the demigods. Next, according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, if a spiritual master cannot destroy his disciples' doubts by superior knowledge, the disciple will gradually become despondent in spiritual life. Because a bogus guru cannot actually give Krishna to the disciple according to the principle of Ras Varjam Raso Vyavshan. The disciple will again become attracted to material happiness, not having achieved the bliss of Krishna's association. Such a weak disciple of a weak spiritual master will gradually become hopeless and discouraged in his attempt at self realization, and will again become fascinated by the temptation of illusion, such as women, money, and so called intellectuality based on speculation and imagination. Further symptoms of the bona fide spiritual master are given in the Updeshamrita. You know the famous verse Vacho Begam. I'm not reading. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind demands the actions of anger and urge of the tongue, belly and genital is qualified to make disciple all over the world. In the last paragraph. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has stated, a bona fide spiritual master cannot be under the control of ordinary anger, greed, and lust. According to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, one who has understood the futility of material existence can approach a bona fide spiritual master. In the two previous verses, the futility of earthly and heavenly sense gratification have been described. Now, the natural conclusion is that one who has understood this should approach a bona fide spiritual master. The bona fide spiritual master broadcasts a sound vibration from the spiritual planet called Vaikuntha. The inhabitants of the spiritual planet headed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself are certainly not deaf and dumb. They are in constant communication through unlimited transcendental bliss and knowledge. And the bona fide spiritual master can transmit this sound vibration of bliss and knowledge to his disciples. Just as a radio broadcast mundane news, the bona fide guru broadcasts the news from Vaikuntha. This is confirmed by the Narottam Das Thakur. Goleka Golokera Premadhan Harinam Sankirtan. The spiritual master also transmits to the disciple the holy name of Krishna, which is non different from Krishna himself. The bona fide guru informs his disciple that every living entity is qualitatively one with the Supreme Lord but quantitatively different, and thus engage the disciple in the loving service of the Lord. Because the living entity is qualitatively one and with the Lord and is part of Him, there is an eternal loving relationship between them. And because the living entity is quantitatively different, that relationship is eternally one of service. According to Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, even though one may have the good fortune to accept a bona fide, highly qualified guru, if one maintains a taste for fruitive activity or mental speculation, one's advancement will be checked. But if a serious student surrender to a bona fide spiritual master, there is absolutely no impediment to the transmission of perfect knowledge and bliss in the devotional service of the Lord. So long, very long purport. But it is a very, very important verse. This verse, actually, there is a discussion between Maharaj Nimi and this nine Yogendras. So in this, I'm repeating this translation again so that we can recall it again. It's a long purpose. Therefore, any person who seriously desires real happiness must seek bona fide spiritual master and take shelter of him by initiation. The qualification of bona fide guru is that he has realized the conclusion of the scriptures by deliberation and is able to convince others of this conclusion. Such great personalities who have taken shelter of the Supreme Godhead, leaving aside all material consideration, should be understood to be the bona fide spiritual master. Then in this verse, three things are mentioned about the importance of spiritual master. And we have to connect spiritual master by initiation and how to choose spiritual master these what are the qualities of spiritual masters? Spiritual master is a realized soul. Bona fide spiritual master should be realized soul. So you all are connected with this con, and you have learned, heard in so many lectures about Srila Prabhupada, and I think you must all have realized that our spiritual Srila Prabhupada is the our bona fide spiritual master of ISKCON. He is the ultimate Shiksha Guru, spiritual master, because he is a, you can say, Shaktavesh avatar also. Shaktavesh avatar. Sakshat Haritven. You have to understand uh, Srila Prabhupada as a representative of a Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, what I was thinking that if we want to advance in Krishna consciousness in simple language, we have to follow Srila Prabhupada. In basic language, what I understood in my life, because we can't read or so many scriptures, we have a limited time. You can say 20 years, 30 years, because we join Krishna conscious sometimes, very advanced age also. So we don't have that much time. So in easy words, easy language, if you want to advance in Krishna consciousness, you have to follow Srila Prabhupada perfectly. Now, unfortunately, we have not seen Srila Prabhupada physically. So we have his Vani, his lectures, his books that is written by Krishna himself. He says in many lectures, Prabhupada told. So, if you want to, in simple language, if you want to advance in Krishna consciousness, we have to follow Srila Prabhupada. And because he is not there, we have to follow his bona fide representative. In ISKCON, many spiritual masters you must have seen. So many bona fide spiritual masters are there. So I am having good fortune to get association with His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and initiated in 2009. So I have many realizations because that how he is like following Srila Prabhupada perfectly. So I have Guru Maharaj Association for last more than 12 years. So I can share some realizations because we have limited time. Because if I'll start speaking about spiritual master and Guru Maharaj, so it will take so much time. But what I have seen in Guru Maharaj life, because he's a perfect follower of Srila Prabhupada. I have many means instances, many times I realized these things. I have seen personally that how what is the position of Srila Prabhupada in his life. So like he has many like Prabhupada. You have heard about the 26 qualities of pure devotees. So these qualities are in Prabhupada, and all these qualities are in our spiritual master also. So I will take few of them because 26 quality, if I start describing one quality, it will take much time. So like first I'll read this 26 qualities of a pure devotee, a bona fide spiritual master. He must have these qualities. Then only he must have realized, so then only he can guide us in Krishna consciousness. So the one first, he is very kind to everyone. He does not make anyone his enemy is truthful, equal to everyone. No one can find any fault in him. He is magnanimous, he is mild, always clean, without possessions. He works for everyone's benefit, is very peaceful, is always surrendered to Krishna. He has no material desires. He is very meek. He is steady, control his senses. He does not eat more than required. He is not influenced by the Lord's illusionary energy. He offers respect to everyone. He does not desire any respect for himself. He is very clean, very merciful, very friendly, polite, expert, and silent. So you must have find all these qualities in Srila Prabhupada. And I observed, I realized these qualities I have seen in our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I can start taking one quality, it will take much time, but few of the qualities we can discuss, because if we want to advance in Krishna consciousness, we should try to imbibe these qualities in ours. If we are serious, we have to imbibe these qualities in ourselves. So Guru Maharaj, like he is a practical, means he always teaches in a practical manner. So you must have heard many of his lectures, and he focused on sadhana, and deity worship and attentive chanting, book distribution. So these are the basic things he he want to emphasize, and because these are the instructions he got from his spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. So we can take few of these qualities like sadhana and deity worship. This is the first quality I want to take. Was very important for all of us also, because you all are, some of you are students, some of working professionals, busy in your life, but we should find some time for sadhana. And if we are and constantly means consistency in sadhana, then we'll advance. So in Guru Maharaj's life, we can see he is managing whole ISKCON. It's very difficult to manage ISKCON because yes, all over the world, so many branches, so many things, but he is trying his best because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. In this management, he never sacrifices self. Never, never ever. Since morning, like if he's traveling constantly in America, when he comes, late night programs till 11 o'clock, next day you can see him in Mangalarati. So it's a, if you'll keep attending Mangalarati, he is an exemplary if for attending Mangalarati. If he's tired, then again in the night he will say, I'm tired. Maybe I'll not attend Mangalarati, and next morning you will see him in the altar. So this is his dedication for sadhana, and he is very much fixed in his chanting also. So we can learn from this, you know, because we all are grahasthas, we can easily come to our temples for Mangal Aarti. That is the best. But if not possible, then at least we can do Mangal Aarti at our home. If not possible for by 4 o'clock, we can do at 5 o'clock. But we should follow this strict sadhana principles. You know, attend Mangal Aarti, then attentive chanting, and many times Maharaj says while chanting, no mobile phone. No mobile. That is attentive. Nowadays it is attentive chanting. If you
I'll not use mobile phone while chanting. That is attentive chanting. So this is the nowadays it is like everybody is used to of mobile, so very difficult to keep away. So and this Mangalarti, and then chanting, and then his personal deity worship. So if you are staying nearby temple, then it is okay. No need to keep deities. But if you are not staying nearby temple, you can keep deities at your home, Gaunitai. You know. Maharaj prefers Gaunitai because it's easy to worship, yeah, and means in Radha Krishna's deity worship, there is a chance to do some aparadh, but in Gaunita's worship, there is no hard and fast rule, no big standards. Gaunita is very merciful. So that is why Maharaj says this, you can keep Gaunita and worship, do worship at your home. So my point is, so we should three things, no? The morning sadhana, then attentive chanting and deity worship. And because deity worship helps to connect, deity worship always, because its reciprocation is there. If you do deity worship and if you pray, then Lord reciprocates. So this helps in sadhana. If you advance in Krishna consciousness, these three things is very important. Mangalarti, chanting, attentive chanting, and somehow connected to deity worship. So if your sadhana is strong, then you'll get you'll get recharged, and whole day you can do all your day-to-day activities. So these things I have learned from Maharaj because whole day he was very busy. Whole day very even sometimes we didn't get time for deity worship. Still, he said, no, I'll do it. If not in the morning, he do it in the afternoon. Is so pakka, so strong, so dedicated. And it's not just doing afternoon. Till deity worship not finished, you don't eat anything, not grains. We just always insisting, Maharaj, this is not the right thing. Because we can't teach Maharaj. But we request Maharaj, Maharaj, we have to take medicines, you have to eat something. But he said, no, 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 I have to first finish my deity worship, then I'll take. So when we insist too much, then he take little fruits and take the medicines. So we have some determination, dedication, because Maya here in this verse, Maya Shakti is also mentioned, is so strong. And even you must have heard in Prabhupada's lecture also that Prabhupada's in front of deity, he was praying. And one of his Prabhupada disciples was asking, Prabhupada, what are you praying? He said, I'm praying to the Lord to save me, to protect me from your illusionary energy, Maya. So if we are aware that Maya is there, Maya is strong, so if we will fix our sadhana, Mangalarti, it's difficult, it's not easy, but we have to means try ourselves, try our best. This is we can learn from Guru Maharaj's life, how he was struggling, not struggling, how he was putting so much effort because when he come late in the night, he's resting at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, traveling, and again he's get up early in the morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock, to attend Mangalarti. So these things, at least if you want to advance in spiritual life, slowly, we should try to practice these things. So this is the main thing I want to focus on because this is Bhakti Vriksha. You all are students and working professionals. You'll get spiritual recharge when you do these things, and we can learn from uh, our Guru Maharaj. Then this is very important. So other things, this is basically our what do you say? It's our battery recharge and spiritual recharge. But after that, what we have to do? We have to do some service. If you want to advance in spiritual life, so we have to do some service for Prabhupada, for ISKCON, for Krishna, so that we can establish a relationship between spiritual master with Krishna. So the best services is one is book distribution and easy service also. It's a flexible. You can whenever you want, wherever you are, you can do book distribution. There's no so this service should be there because this helps to uh, make a relation, establish a relationship with Lord Himself. So this is the thing. The and other things which is very important is what I have learned from Guru Maharaj that we are uh, means we are living in a society in Krishna consciousness society. ISKCON. Prabhupada name it as a society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So in society, we have to imbibe these 26 qualities to stay. Otherwise, it will be difficult because you will find that devotees in Krishna consciousness from different background. So different background, different natures, but if we keep Krishna in the center, then we can accept everyone as a devotee, and we try to establish and uh, the relation with them, good relation with them. So these are the good qualities of devotees. So we have to try to imbibe these qualities in ourselves. So what I have seen from Guru Maharaj's life also, that he is very compassionate, very compassionate. You must have seen or you must have heard in many of his lectures. Uh, is in my glorification also I mentioned like Guru Maharaj glorification that his when he meets anyone, he meets everyone with $1 million smile. Very nicely he talks. I can express in Hindi better.
Go ahead.
So means whenever he meets the devotee, his $1 million smiles attracts everyone. So no need to speak in words, and we have seen many examples. Like sometimes preachers comes and said, "Maharaj, this is means big VIP or big personality here and there." So when he met Maharaj afterwards that VIP talked to that priest. Who is this person? Uh, he is like very divine, blissful. This because in first meeting, non-devotee, even when he meets with non-devotee, he influences everyone. So because he lives life like a pure devotee, all these qualities are there. So he's a realized soul. So we have to be compassionate like our Guru Maharaj. I have remembering one example, uh, reminding me one pastime of Guru Maharaj. One person came to see Guru Maharaj in Vrindavan. I was there. I'm doing this Shen, DT Shen in the night. Then one person came, it's a senior devotee of a senior disciple of Guru Maharaj. And when I was giving Shen to DTs, so they are talking, so I was listening also. And he was requesting, he was just talking to Maharaj and saying, Maharaj, I have this problem, I have that problem, in our ISKCON, I have this problem, that he is like talking and talking and talking, it is 15-20 minutes. So then he realized that Maharaj said nothing. He said, then he immediately stopped. And then Maharaj said, finish. Maharaj said, these problems are nothing. These problems are nothing. We have we are running this society, big society. So we have to tolerate these. I have tolerating all these things from last 40 years. So if you want to advance in the Krishna consciousness, you have to tolerate this also. And in second incident, uh, one devotee came to see Maharaj and he was crying. And Maharaj said, what happened? He said, Maharaj said, you came to see me for a long time. He said, yes, Maharaj, sorry. Then he cried and said, Maharaj, I have done so many aparadh uh, uh, unto your lotus feet. So Maharaj said, don't worry. I forgive you for all your offenses you have committed and you will do in future. I have forgiven you for all your offenses. Only on one condition. Keep doing service for Sri Prabhu. So he's so compassionate. Uh, I was standing there and I was thinking how Maharaj is so merciful and compassionate. He's trying his best to connect everyone to Sri Prabhu. This is his like compassionate, this quality, one of the quality. Many things to speak, but in compassion, I'm just getting this one point, so I just mentioned. Till what time too we can speak so that we can go.
We normally go until 8:30. So take your time, don't hurry.
And you must have heard about the will, the will written by Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. He mentioned, everybody was like uh, surprised how that it's like you can many of the Prabhupada disciples mentioning that this will we should make it standard for all Jews. So means exemplary will. He said that everybody should stay in ISKCON, everybody should follow GBC, take shelter of senior devotees. And he mentioned that I don't have any possessions like no bank accounts, no money, nothing. Only I have one asset, that is my deeds. And the Rolex was Srila Prabhupada gifted him. So we can see, I have from his life that yeah, he has no material desire. And, and even he in what I learned from him, he was not touching the money also. Whenever somebody means donate some Lakshmi, he generally he doesn't touch money. He said, he call the Dasavatar and give it to him. So this is very touching for all of us. That even here he's so scholar and double MBA and still he don't want to learn computer and mobile phones because he knows that this is like weapons of smile. Devotees can use them nicely in Krishna service, but because he thinks it's a waste of time or whatever, he didn't try to learn computer or mobile. So his material desires. So once. And he always teach his disciples like as we discuss in verse, uh, spiritual master, the bona fide spiritual master should teach his disciples all the Krishna conscious knowledge. So many times he teach me also many things. So I want to share that. It's very touching. Uh, we were in Udupi. We were in Udupi and for some Ayurvedic treatment. Guru Maharaj was taking some Ayurvedic treatment. So very small cottage was there. We kept DTs over there. And in the morning, every day morning, Guru Maharaj used to do DT worship. And one day we were in hurry. And I'm basically getting late to arrange all this stuff. So I just came and Maharaj doing Gayatri in the morning, and I came and start arranging the things. And Maharaj noticed that. And then Maharaj, after finishing Gayatri, Maharaj told me, "You didn't pay obeisances. You didn't pay obeisances to me." So generally we pay because whenever we see spiritual master, we pay immediate obeisance. That day I was just thinking to arrange the stuff, all little worshipping. So I forget to pay obeisances. Then Maharaj said, a disciple should pay obeisances to his spiritual master whenever he sees him. So this is a very shocking for me, but we were usually we do every day, but that day I missed. But Maharaj noted down. So he always teaches by his examples. Even in Mangal Aarti, when he throws the water to the audience, he sees who are there in Mangal Aarti, who is not there. And when he meets next time, he said, "You are not there." politely, very politely, he says. He always means remind us where we are wrong. Always. One devotee was saying, Maharaj was saying to one devotee, he wants to disciple, he's a senior devotee, he's a leader. So he was discussing everything and management things, this, that. Maharaj said, we have to be Trinadapi Suniche. You have heard this words many times. We have to Trinadapi Suniche. If you will not do this, you'll ruin your life. So it's so strong statement. He's a senior devotee as a leader, and Maharaj said, if you will not imbibe this quality in your life, and you finish in scripture. Sometimes Maharaj is so strong to teach and guide his disciples. So this is the one thing how spiritual master, how Guru Maharaj trained all of us. Many times, one time he called me because generally when we stay with Guru Maharaj, so we are just running here and there around him, giving this, that. So then one day he called me. He said, I generally comes next to his sofa and just try to hear what he's saying. He said, come forward. It's the first time. He's like, because so every day, this is not a general, you can say, gesture. He said, come forward. Sit. I was scared little. Because he never told me, even I think he never told me. Maybe you also maybe, realize this. He never told me like that, but he told me come sit and sit. He come in front and sit. Then he said, uh, I have not seen you chanting, doing Gayatri, attending Mangal Aarti. I said, Maharaj, we are doing everything, but not in front of you. His spiritual master knows everything by heart, but uh, he mentioned, so basically he want to emphasize that we have to be regular in Mangal Arati, uh, attentive chanting, uh, Gayatri time, perfecting Gayatri time, because we were busy in so many services. So chanting time is like, you can say, you are chanting, then Maharaj calls you. Maharaj calls you. You are eating, Maharaj calls you. So these things, and if we, or even we can't, we don't stand in front of Guru Maharaj. No? We always stay in the next room. We don't want to disturb Guru Maharaj. So Maharaj said, I've never seen you chanting and Gayatri, this, that. No, no, Maharaj, we are doing all these things, but not in front of you. But then Maharaj want to emphasize that they should be very uh, means focused. Hmm. Maybe maybe Maharaj knows everything, so Maharaj try to mention this thing. So this was means I want to try to say that he's very means he knows what we are doing. He knows, this what disciples are doing. So he try to encourage, try to rectify, try to many things so that we can advance in our spiritual life. This thing I want to mention that because of today's verse, spiritual masters always guides his disciple to advance in Krishna consciousness. So these things, and because if and from he's like his life is very, as a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, his life is full of austerity. You must have seen maybe here or here everybody uh, have bed for rest, but in India, Maharaj till for last, he started sleep by taking rest on the bed last I think 4 5 years before. Otherwise before that he was resting on the floor. So much austere is resting on floor, and means so austere. Even in once he don't want to live a life, luxury life. He was having a small room. Even in Bombay, he don't have a bedroom. He have one office only. One office. Here he meets. He is having one side is having a DT altar. There in office he meets everyone, all the visitors. No bedroom. He so whenever he want to take little rest for 5 10 minutes, half an hour in the afternoon, he lie down on the sofa. Or in the night, he lie down on the floor. So his devotees were asking, Maharaj, we can arrange a bed for. He said, no, sannyasi life means life of austerity. So he teaches from his life many things. In Delhi also, uh, his room was very small, very small. Earlier, earlier temple was built, so but his room was very small. So devotees were requesting, and Maharaj, we have to renovate your room. It's very small now. Big people, VIP people are coming to see you. No, no, no need. I'm a sannyasi. I can stay in a small room, no problem. And somehow devotees, when he comes to US for 2 months, and somehow devotees renovated that room and then make it large. And when he saw, and he shouted on all of us, I'm a sannyasi. What is it? What example I'm setting? Uh, he's shouting over on all the management temple man. If anybody will see this, it was nothing. Just a small room, we make it big one. That's it. We kept sofa and dining table. Two things we kept, sofa and dining table, and he said, "This is the luxury life. I'm a sannyasi. I can't do like this." But somehow every 2 3 days he was shouting and scolding all of us, and then somehow Bhakti Charu Maharaj came, and he said, "Maharaj, now this is your up to your standard." And then he was little relaxed, and he said, even in that situation, devotees forget to renovate the bathroom because all are 95, 1995. It's an old model, old. So once Shivram Maharaj, that Maharaj came, because Maharaj invites everyone for lunch. So whenever Srila Prabhupada disciples comes, so once Shivram Maharaj Swami came, then Maharaj said, "Give him towel and show the washroom. He can wash his hand." So when he washed his hand, he said, "The room is better, but restroom is not good." Not, he said, uh, that room is up to the Guru Maharaj standard, but this washroom is not good Maharaj standard. So then I mentioned this thing to Maharaj. Maharaj, Shivram Maharaj was saying like that. So when next time when you'll go, we'll renovate this also. He said, don't spend much time and too much money on it. So then I want to mention this. He always try to means emphasis teach us that if we are a devotee, we should always try to live a life of austerity. If you want to advance in uh, uh, devotion, in today's shlok also, uh, you must we have heard that uh, austerity of tongue, genital. You have to, if you want to become a spiritual master or a preacher or a devotee, we have to imbibe all these good qualities. So Maharaj always teach us by his examples, uh, that we have to be austere, always trying to say, "I'm tired, I can't attend, I'll not go to Mangal Aarti," but always by his examples he's showing, because he said, "If I'll not go to Mangal Aarti, it is a bad example, then devotees will not come." So it is his exemplary. He's showing how to live a life of austerity, eating very less. This means you can, because he's a spiritual master and love and affection, devotees make a full plate of chappan bhog, and Maharaj please it, and Maharaj just eat two chapatis, sabji and dal, nothing else. He said, "I'm a sannyasi. I I don't want to eat. I can't eat so much as a elderly person, but still, I don't want to eat these things." He is very austere on mind, speech, and you must uh, heard about Guru Maharaj's quality of this respectful. He is respectful to everyone. Is speaks so politely, uh, so affectionately, full of compassion. So all Prabhupada disciples like to meet him. Always. He is very friendly to everyone. Very friendly. Always invite all Prabhupada disciples for lunch. Whenever many Prabhupada disciples visit a Delhi temple, he invites everyone for lunch. Try to spend time with him. Is very friendly. In GBC meetings also, in any meeting, whenever, because Guru Maharaj is in all top positions, so whenever he goes for meeting, so he said generally he goes for lunch also with them somewhere, because lunch is arranged for everyone, and he goes, and we generally ask Maharaj, uh, will you eat there with all your proper disciples? No, I'm going to take his association only, because he can't eat all these things, no, all that different. He's very restricted diet. So he just go to this prasadam hall with all the Prabhupada disciples and just that, hey, make a plate for me also. Uh, We, we give something, whatever he can touch or eat. He's talking to everyone, not but not eating anything. When everybody goes, then he can also stand and come back to his home. But means I want to mention that he's very friendly, a good relation with all his Prabhupada disciples. So, like in society, we have also, we should invite new friends, friendly, good, friendly nature, and then only we can help them to advance spiritually. So these are some qualities I was remembering. So if you have any questions, we can answer these also regarding Guru Maharaj and regarding this today's verse. Yes.
So you mentioned that a devotee should not have any attachments to like like material things. They should follow austerity and stuff. So, like sometimes when we initially start like following it, for example, let's say we need a car to go to work.
Car?
We need a car to go to work, right?
Mm.
We can choose to have a simple car, and then we can choose to have like a luxurious car. But we can also choose to have a simple car. But due to the contamination, we like we want more. So what should we like tell ourselves during that time when our brain wants more and more, but we can rather have something simple? The same thing with clothes, shoes, or like we always want more and more, but we can rather have a simple option.
Yes, it's a good question. It's a practical question. Like, see, if you want to advance in Krishna consciousness, then somehow we have to do austerity. But the basic austerity is attentive chanting, reading Srila Prabhupada books. You can understand from, you can realize how much time we are spending on reading Srila Prabhupada and how much attentive chanting we are doing. So basic austerity is attentive chanting, reading Srila Prabhupada books, following authorities or spiritual masters' instructions. These are the austerity. And what you are saying, that is also good. It's not, if we are keeping Krishna in the center, you can use Mercedes also. That Mercedes you can use for Krishna service, for devotee service, if we are thinking like that. But not too much luxurious life, but whatever needs we have, we want, so we can have, no problem. But not too much luxury life. I mean, because if we want to advance in spiritual, it depends. If you want to advance in spiritual life, we have to connect everything with Krishna. Is it good for me to do this thing, to advance in spiritual life? You have to ask before doing this. If you think this is good, like you mentioned, car, I said car is no problem. Luxury car is okay. Sometimes you can use to means assist Sri Prabhupada disciples, help other devotees to move here and there. And sometimes that luxury car you can use for Jagannath Rath Yatra. You can I have seen many of Guru Maharaj disciples. They buy BMW, Mercedes, and always says, Maharaj, uh, whenever you come to our city, please give me this service that I'll 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 drive for you in my car. So if this thought process is there, this mentality or this mood is there. So that thing you can engage in Krishna service this way. This means if you have to connect everything with Krishna, then the luxury is no problem. But like in today's shloka, we have to do the austerity of Vacho Vegam, Mansa Vegam. Here, this flow. So we have to do the austerity of tongue and janitor. That is not a big thing. Means these things are okay, but this is important, main thing. We have to talk politely. It is an austerity. We have to talk friendly. It is an austerity for nowadays. It is an austerity. You have show compassion for others. It is an austerity. So we have to develop these qualities. That is austerity for today's. These things is okay. These are material things. Maybe you heard in some of the Prabhupada lecture, some reporter was talking to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, you came here, means sannyasis. You came in Western countries and you are roaming here and there in Rolls Royce and BMW. So what is the problem? This is Krishna's energy we are using in Krishna, Krishna's service. He said, if your mood is like that, then that no problem. It's okay. Yes.
Thanks for the Prabhu. In all these years of service and all this experience you have with your Guru Maharaj, what is the main instruction or the main realization we have?
Main is very simple. Just to follow a spiritual master as it is, without any doubt, without any second thought. Simple. And instructions are there. Guru Maharaj instruction is Srila Prabhupada's instruction. Somebody asked Guru Maharaj that Maharaj, every sannyasi is writing books. Why are you writing books? What is the need? Everything Prabhupada mentioned in his books. What is the need of writing new books? Because he's totally dedicated his life to Prabhupada instructions. So we have to dedicate our lives to Guru Maharaj. That's very simple. You have to follow. Actually, things are very simple. We make it complicated. Yes, bro, things are very simple. Bhakti is simple for simple devotees, complicated for complicated devotees. Just attentive chanting, read Prabhupada books and do Harina. You'll become realized soul and will go back to God. Prabhupada said, Guru Maharaj also said the same thing. Yes. Anybody else? Yes.
I had a question, Maharaj. Say,
Maharaj.
Prabhuji. I had a question, Prabhuji. Say you're doing the things that Prabhupada asked you to do in Krishna consciousness, for example, chanting and deity worship and all that. You are doing them, but in your mind you're not connecting them to Krishna. But say you're chanting because you want to be good at chanting. Like you're doing the things to be good at them, but you're not necessarily in your mind, you're not making that connection of I want to chant because I want to get closer to Krishna. Is that still conducive to advancing? Because even though you're not putting Krishna at the center of these Krishna conscious activities, they are still recommended by Prabhupada.
Yes. First, like if Prabhupada says, if you're not able to chant, still you chant. If you can't chant, still you should chant, because keep chanting, then only you can improve. Practice makes man perfect. Reading, if you're not able to read books, still you should read books. Maybe in the beginning you can't understand. In the beginning you can't concentrate on chanting. So, but keep doing that. Then what happens? Because Krishna is saying
that you are taking one step ahead, and Krishna will also step 10 steps ahead. Maybe you must have heard in many of the lectures. If you will take sincere one step ahead, then Krishna will also take 10 steps to help you, to guide you. So a sincere soul always tries sincerely to advance in Krishna. And Krishna always protects in advance of Krishna. I think it is, you're satisfied or
I am satisfied, Prabhuji. Thank you.
yes. Will we conclude this?
I just, Prabhu, you have a lot of experiences. You want to share something? Your experience? Please, go on. Go on, one experience. He's Guru Maharaj's most beloved disciple.
No, I mentioned it.
Yeah. Go on, share one.
He is seated. He is,
No, share it. I know that. I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
I'm going to share it. Okay, go for it.
One pastime I remember just shows the affection that Guru Maharaj had for Dasavatar Prabhu. One time Guru Maharaj was in the USA and we were in the car. And in the car, like sometimes it's noisy, the sound is coming, all these things. So Guru Maharaj had called Dasavatar Prabhu, and the Dasavatar Prabhu, so he asked me to call him to ask something. The Prabhu was on the other side, and I was on the other line, on the other side, and I was on this line. And somehow I could not hear so clearly. So I was saying, Prabhu, I cannot hear you. A little louder, Prabhu, I cannot hear you. The Guru Maharaj was sitting in the front, and he said, I have no problem hearing him. Like just again, his gentleness, his compassion, his sweetness, even in that he was training, like, put the phone to your ear. Why are you asking him to strain his voice? He's speaking fine. You have to hear properly. So yes, it's such a sweet pastimes. Guru Maharaj really appreciated devotees who are gentle in their behavior, who are like Prabhu mentioned a few times, for Krishna. Not they should be intelligent. They should be they should serve Krishna using their capacity. But in terms of their mannerism, when they were gentle in their behavior and respectful to seniors, he really appreciated that. One time, there's something going on, and I started giving my opinion on something, some issue in a temple that was going on, and then I started giving my opinion. And then he looked over to me and he said, when you're young and you're less senior, you should just be quiet. And that's an instruction I'm still trying to follow. You should just be quiet. And it's actually a very deep instruction. It's like we think my idea, and everyone should know my intelligence, how intelligent I am. Everyone should understand that. But really, like, our simplicity really attracts Krishna. When we're more interested in spiritual life than we are in material, position, respect, honor, even in spiritual things, even in our devotional life, we leave material life to come to devotional life. But even in our devotional life, once we come, we want to be known as a great devotee, or we want to make an imprint, a splash. But if we are satisfied if we're actually interested in our advancement in spiritual life, our purity of purpose is there, then that's very pleasing to Krishna. And that's, I know, deep in my heart, and many devotees know that's a quality that was very attractive, that Guru Maharaj really appreciated about Dasavatar. Absolutely. Because he even if there was a situation that was very instigating, he would just remain quiet. His nature is like and he practices that, where he would not unnecessarily speak. This is one of his qualities. He doesn't unnecessarily speak, and Guru Maharaj therefore kept him very close. And that's the quality of the devotee. Yeah. So Prabhu was mentioning the 26 qualities. He was training us for those qualities.
Let's speak two lines. So By the way, Gopal Ray Prabhu is a very, very.
He's our catch.
Hold on, hold on. He's serving Guru Maharaj from last 15 years probably.
Yes, more than
When he was in Stanford,
yeah.
right? And Guru Maharaj loves him a lot. And the quality of Guru Maharaj he can buy from Guru Maharaj, nobody can imbibe those qualities. So, of course, you have very nice experience with trying together. Guru Maharaj chastises him, loves him, but mostly when he will go, he's my disciple, he's a doctor. Remember, he's a disciple for everyone. Well, small thing I want to tell you that Prabhu is not speaking the deep things, but if we speak, we all will faint about Guru Maharaj. Honestly, we'll faint. What he has done and what is Guru Maharaj is like a storm. He's a very calm person, but the way he functions, either you will like your body will die in 5 years. We have never seen Guru Maharaj sleeping more than 2 hours. 2 hours at the most from last 40 years. There's a lot of things to be discussed over here, but one day I was in a plane and I thought I would chant my round, 16 not to be chanted. Plane from Delhi to Chicago, Delhi to Washington, D.C. Back to D.C. to Chicago, Delhi. 14 hours, he was constantly up and you cannot chant one round. You're constantly with Guru Maharaj. So when Prabhu is saying you have to give up the chanting, he has to give up the chanting. There is no Mangala Arati for him. There is no food for him. Guru Maharaj is always on the edge. So to serve Guru Maharaj from 12 years and like him, it's not a joke. It's a perfect example of character, discipline, dignity, honesty. I'm not saying because he's a spiritual master. I've seen, I've observed. That's why I'm speaking up. Once was in a Vyasa Puja. 10,000 people come in his Vyasa Puja. At the end of the night, you're saying, Param, you are not there. Guru, I was there. Don't lie with me. 10,000 people. Prabhuji, imagine you are in the middle of 10,000 people. How can you know who is there, who is not there? There was this sharpness. The moment you come in front of him, it screens you like immediate. Once a disciple told that Maharaj, this is happening in my life. Maharaj said, I can go into your body and I can see what's going in your body. I'm that powerful.
Yes.
So he is not a common man. No, Prabhu, this is not a joke. What you guys did is not a joke. Thank
It's
you.
all Guru Maharaj's mercy. Like I have been mentioned in many of glorification that when we are in Guru Maharaj's service, the Guru Maharaj is giving intelligence and strength to do that service. Like you have heard about the example of Arjuna. He is mentioning that he is not able to lift his Gandev when Krishna. He was remembering Krishna that he was there, how he was protecting me, how he was giving me everything, energy, strength, intelligence. Similarly, whatever I tried to please Guru Maharaj, that is just because of Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That was so nice, wasn't it? So simple and so sublime. Normally our classes are more complicated, philosophical. But when we see this practice in life, the more we advance, the simpler spiritual life gets. It's a fact. Like Prabhu was sharing that Guru Maharaj's life also was so simple. And you see it in his example also, that the more you advance spiritually, the more it becomes simple. Just like when you finish your PhD, it's actually a fact. The more you finish your PhD, the more deeper you get in, the more simple it gets. Like the more clear the ideas become, the simpler it gets. The deeper your knowledge, the more simpler more clear and simple is the knowledge. So we can see bhakti in practice, and so many of us, here in this room, are on the path of spiritual life, and we're seriously considering taking a spiritual master. Some of us have actually accepted, shelter from a spiritual master. So today's class is very relevant for us. It kind of shows us what it means, and how things are so blissful. And the guru means heavy. That's the name. That's the literal meaning of the Sanskrit word guru. It means heavy. So the guru's duty is to uplift us, but it's also to teach us. And that way the guru is heavy because they train us. A trainer sometimes is very difficult, right? You can ask the Olympic sports people that their trainers are sometimes so unforgiving because they're training them, they're making them to the best, they're improving them. This is what we see in these pastimes and examples that we're reading. So let's take this deep in our heart, and our shelter right now, our source of inspiration is Srila Prabhupada, particularly, and Srila Prabhupada's books. And so today, on this wonderful day that Prabhu is here, we'll just take 2 minutes, and this weekend is the weekend before Bhadra Purnima, which is Tuesday. And Tuesday is Bhadra Purnima, and on this auspicious day, on Bhadra Purnima, this Srimad Bhagavatam says that anyone who gives a gift of the Srimad Bhagavatam on this full moon day of Bhadra Purnima, to anyone, if you take this Bhagavatam and you give it as a gift to a neighbor, to a family member, even to yourself, then the result is that you go back to Golok Dham, you go back to the spiritual world. Just by doing this, this is like, this is, Krishna gives us various bonus points, you could say fast lane, so special, we could say get promotions on these days. So it's actually only for our own benefit that we engage in this Bhadra Purnima. And there's many bhakti vrikshas here, and they're all doing their own pledges of how many Bhagavatam sets, Srimad Bhagavatam sets they want to give as gifts to others. Because, we do 1, Krishna's so pleased. So if we do 10, then he's even more pleased. If we do 50, then he's pulling his hand out, And as we heard, he's dedicated his life to book distribution. So on this day, personally, I want to request all of you to make your pledges on giving the Srimad Bhagavatam to your loved ones, to your families, to your villages, to your friends, right? So we have a very wonderful program that the BBT has started to facilitate this gift giving. Most of you here are from India. So if you want to give the Bhagavatam to your relatives in India, or to the village that you grew up in India, or the city, you want to distribute Bhagavatams there, then in India, everything is cheaper, right? The labor is cheaper, paper is cheaper, the quality is a bit cheaper also of the books. So in India, it's $100 a set. And so if you do 10 sets, it's $1,000. If you do 50 sets, it's actually $4,500. When the quantity goes up, the printing cost goes down. And in the United States, if you want to take this Bhagavatam and give it to someone, your neighbor, your friend, then just for Bhadra Purnima, normally it's not like that, it's $200 per a set. So 5 sets is $1,000, like that, so on and so forth. So we have our little community here, our Bhakti Vriksha, other Bhakti Vrikshas that are smaller or just small groups of devotees. They've done 50 Bhagavatam sets. Ratna Vilasnaji can attest to that. She's one of the pioneers kind of spearheading this book distribution here, she and her husband. So our Bhakti Vriksha has so many people, so we should at least do that much. And it's time for us to, come forward. We've been studying it. We know the value of it ourselves. Last 1 year, we've been going over the different stories. And so So you can do either one, whichever you prefer. You can do here in the US if you want to give to, you have some people in mind, neighbors, or you can do India. And you give us the addresses and they will be directly shipped to the people in India, guaranteed. Otherwise, money returned. So whatever addresses you give in India, from the India ISKCON, from Delhi, where Prabhu is, he's part of the guarantee. All the sets will go to the addresses where you want them to go to. Right? So this is the time to give it to your, to your parents, to your uncles, aunts, relatives, all those people. So I just wanted to request you in the, in the blessed presence of Prabhu that we can make our pledges. Personally, I'm pledging 10 Bhagavatam sets, so I'm going to do 10 myself. And if any of you would like to pledge, you please.
One.
You're going to do one, Mataji. In India or US?
Yeah.
In India. Oh, wonderful. You also receive one for yourself sometimes. Like she took one for herself in what Marathi, right?
Yes.
Let's see. So Mataji led the way. She started us. Now, next, who would like to? We have to get at least a 50. So we're at the end. Otherwise, 10. Guru Prabhu is very generous. He is always doing things for Krishna, the temple, and here also. Okay, so now we have 21, right? 30 more to go. 30 more to go.
Everybody can keep one for themselves.
I'll take one. Prabhu just one. Come on.
I'll take 5.
Sorry. Prabhu is actually, we speak about Mercedes. He has an electric Mercedes. Not even a Mercedes, an electric one. So we have to fill that up with power sets. Okay, so, all right, wonderful.
Has the one set for
Most of them have for themselves. Yes, yes. So 5 English sets.
I'm going morning Mataji already, but I'll
Okay.
respond to other prices.
So you can count that as part of the also. So how many did you do with 30?
1, 2,
2. So 2 and 5, 7 total. 7. Yeah, but see, we're still going to take the number. That's here. Okay, so 7 Bhagavad sets. I can go. So we're at 21, then 5, 26, then 7, 33. Okay, 33. We have to get to 51. 51. 33. So yeah, actually, I mean, you can tell your number. Prabhu and Mataji have been doing a lot. We'll fully announce.
I need actually, I told you, but I need 2 more, so 5.
Yeah, so 3 total, right? 1 Telugu, 2 English today, 3.
Apart from that, 2 more.
And then, apart from that, 2 more. So 5. And how many have you already done? You already did
2.
2? What you did. So you can do total 10, right? Few in India, right? They are very seasoned devotees, so that's why I'm putting their name in there. So they'll distribute. They're actually actively distributing out in the middle of nowhere in dry states. Where is it? No, Quad states. Quad cities. Yes, Quad cities. Pioneering Krishna consciousness, and Guru Maharaj actually gave them his blessing to do that, and they've been doing this. So 33 plus how much? 10, right? Or payment can be given later. You can just- Okay. Oh, yeah. But then India, for here. Yes, but then India, how many you want to give? I mean, you have the big Gujarati family.
I will decide that.
Okay, so we were at
43,
what was it?
44.
Yeah, but is 10 okay or you 7? Okay. 10 is okay. 43, okay. And now 44, 44.
6, 4.
Okay, 6, 7. So yeah, so Prabhu said some of you don't have it at your home. So Prabhu, I think you were going to get one, but you don't have Bhagavatam at your home, right? You didn't get it at your home. No, okay. So
Today you can get it. All right, Hari Bol, 45. 45, so that's yes. Now we have 6 more left. See, that the last month she's here. She's watching us. See, we have the neighborhood goal. We have 160 sets left. So our contribution from this is. Oh, Mataji already did 5 Bhagavatam sets, right? You already did. I'm discounting what you had already said. So you had done 5, right? 750. So 5 more. So that's 51. 5 sets. That's 55 cents. So now 55 cents. Now we're getting into the because of the mercy run. This is now beyond what we. So it's a 55. Well, yes, he was actually just saying yesterday that he's missing the 11th and 12th cantos. So he wants to do one. One set. Haribol, 56 cents. 56. For India or for here? For here for your brother. Very nice. Making his whole family Krishna conscious. What are we at now? 57. 57 cents. See, Param Karuna Prabhu and Dasavatar Prabhu and Jayagana, when they are here, then Prabhupada's mercy is flowing.
That's my best. One go. One first.
Yes.
You're a big book distributor, Prabhu.
Me, I'm like a spectrum telling you. Okay, 56. So they say 57. They say 64 is an auspicious number. But Himanshu, you said that one you need to get for your wife in her language. You got it in your language, but you not get it. One to India. But what about Mataji? We have to get in Korea. Yeah. Bhagavatam. So you got English and Oriya both? No, I mean you got Bhagavatam and Oriya. No, see that? So you get Bhagavatam and Oriya. Yes. We can, no problem. We have Oriya sets. Yes. So one here, one in India. Okay. We have 59. 59. Yes. I heard India has a job now.
Yeah, I can give. Yeah, I can give one.
What?
Thank you for calling on me.
She's a big girl now.
I do have a job.
She's doing like an internship.
Yeah,
And
no,
she's becoming a doctor. I mean, we have to
I have
start.
a job now.
Yes. She's a job. She's getting her first paycheck about. Plus, she's going to become a doctor, so we have to start taking now so that So how many was that? 60. Wow, it's 60. Okay, it's a 4 more. One Bhagavatam said, Mataji said, one Bhagavatam said 61.
One there. One for India.
One for India.
62.
One for India. And you have one yourself?
Yeah, I was.
Wow. 61?
62.
Huh?
62, right?
61 or 62? Who is Mataji?
Sapita.
62. One suggests 2 I difference. Wow. 62. Okay. And then
Sapita? Yes, she's there. We got 5.
we got
I'll take 4 more for India.
62. Actually, they say that 108 is a just.
No, I.
Prabhuji, I hope you're okay with all that. So that's very nice for your family. It's been 10 now. So that's fine. You get 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we are 70. 70. 70. Prabhu, I think you don't have Bhagavatam set. You can get one. You get which language do you prefer? You want to take one? Anyone else?
can I send it to my
Oh, yeah, anywhere.
one?
Tell me.
One home.
Yes, of course. So India, we can send India or here, whichever one.
To my parents.
Yes. No, you just give us the address. The address is there. We will get it from there. Yeah. So once again, the India cents, if you want to send it in India, it's $100. The US cent is 200. So wherever you want to send, accordingly, you can calculate. And wow. So you got to 70 cents.
That's
Wow. Your kindness and mercy. And today, like, some people are missing. So we'll chase them in their own time. There's some special blessing in there. So thank you for coming and giving this blessing. Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Actually, His Holiness Roma Swami Maharaj is here, and he gave this set of talks for 1 week on just the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. How wonderful is this literature? So, we think, okay, we're buying these books, all these things, but what are we actually getting? Srimad Bhagavatam, when Krishna left this world, then he was leaving, and the sages were very concerned that Krishna, you're leaving. And still, Adharma is there, Kali is there. It's the age of Kali. What will we do? So then Krishna agreed to stay back, to manifest in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So when we bring Bhagavatam in our home, we put it in someone else's home, we're actually bringing a deity. The Bhagavatam is actually Krishna himself coming into our home in book form. And the narrations of the Srimad Bhagavatam are so pure and so potent that just by reading them, we can come in contact with Krishna. Like the instructions of the Bhagavatam, if we read it attentively, whatever abhadrani, whatever misgivings, whatever anger, greed, lust, troubles that we're facing in our hearts will be removed by reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is a guarantee. You just open the page of the Bhagavatam, you start reading, like Prabhu was saying, that our problems, we don't read enough. We don't read Prabhupada's books, but we just start reading, and whatever our challenges, it goes away. So, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So actually, that's one of the reasons Ratna Vilasam Mataji is here. All of the accounts, you can settle with her, because see, I'm the host, so I can't take money from you. Otherwise, I'll say, but this is why you invited me to your home. So she's come here, representative of the temple. You directly give the check. You write it out to ISKCON, or we have a Zelle account. You send it to ISKCON, and you directly give it to her. Like Prabhu was saying, we don't, Guru Maharaj will not touch the money. So I will not even, we don't touch it. It goes directly to the temple, into the temple account. And these prices, like normally, like some of you actually got Bhagavatam for $250. These prices are Bhadra Purnima prices precisely because they're cost price. So this is the only aim of this festival is to give as many Bhagavatams as possible. So this is the cost price. Everything is going towards the books, towards the cardboard, towards the shipping. We get it here in our home. So those of you who wanted it here and now, you can actually, this is why the stack is here, you can take them home. And those of you who want to send them to India, you give the addresses and they get it to India. Or if you want to send it to an address in the USA, then you give that address to us. Okay, now we have Krishna Prasadam. Krishna Prasadam ki! Please enjoy the feast. And special thank you to Lavanya Mataji and Suman Mataji. They really went the extra mile. And Shamrupin Mataji for cooking. Devimurti is not here. They together arranged kind of the cooking, and so wonderful, so nice there. And pretty soon we also have a wonderful program coming up in Jitendra Babu's home. What's the date again?
October 26th.
October 26th. He puts on a big party in his home every year. And it's like it's a Krishna conscious party. We have devotees from Chicago, you must come also. We have devotees from all over the country. And Aparam Prabhu has 2 sets with him also. So we have this plus the 2 sets. So so we have all these sets today. Hare Krishna.